course, he feels like we're ready to open because his wants to go get a meal and not have to wear his mask when he gets up to go to the bathroom. My name is Karen, and I'm done.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, go figure. Her name's Karen, right? Unbelievable. Today, as Texans officially reopens, okay, at 100% capacity, no masks required, yet only in liberal Austin, as you just saw right there, do we have service industry workers actually upset. They now have a choice to go back to work. Remember, no one's forcing them to go back to work, but in their twisted minds, this reopening is somehow against their consent. Compare this reaction to the liberation most Texans feel now. I know this because we're broadcasting from Texas. 1 year ago, government decided to shut us all down. We didn't get a say. Government destroyed our livelihoods, bankrupted our businesses. I know all of you know about this, especially in many of these blue states. And yet still, liberals always find a way to complain because the left has been successful in training them to take the handout instead of simply working. Well, joining me now, Republican Congressman from Texas and co-chairman of the Congressional Border Security Caucus, Brian Babin, is with us. Also joining us, Republican Congressman from Georgia and ranking member on the Subcommittee for Government Operations, Jody Hice. Congressman, great to have you both on the program.
Always good to be with you, Grant. Good to be with my friend Jody.
So, Congressman, well, absolutely. It's good having both of you on. And Congressman Babin, being from Texas, I want to go to you first. What does today mean for the state of Texas?
It means after a year hiatus, we can go back to normal. We're not mandated to wear a mask. Our restaurants can open up 100%. We can go back to normal, thank God. I'm so happy to have this happen. I think we should have done it a long time ago, but you know what? Texas is leading the way, and I'm very proud of that. I think that Americans don't want to have to be dependent upon our federal government, and I guarantee you Texans don't want it. So I'm happy to have this happening.
Well, I'm with you. It could have come sooner, but you know what old Texas saying, better late than never, right? Congressman Hice, I want to play a soundbite from one of your fellow Congress members. This is Sheila Jackson Lee from Texas. I want you to listen to what she says about what Texas is doing now. She's a Democrat, of course.
Do not have a remove mask party tonight because you will be walking into a destiny of death. Do not have a remove mask party tonight because you will be walking into a destiny of death.
All right, look, I guess we play it twice because it's so outrageous. Congressman Hice, a destiny of death, really?
Yeah, this is typical Democrat rhetoric. It's fear-mongering. It's trying to maintain control over the American people by putting the fear in them that somehow they're going to die if they don't wear a mask. If these masks were so effective in the first place, why has this continued to spread? Listen, people are free. Texas is doing the right thing by opening up. People are responsible enough to make their own decisions how to maintain their own health and safety. And we don't need the nanny state telling us everything about how to be safe with our own families. Many people now have the vaccine, and they're ready. America is ready to go on about their business. The federal government has locked down our country, and it's time that we open it back up safely.
Yeah. I would recommend all the states out there just follow Texas's lead. Look at what Florida's doing. These red states are doing it right, and they're not suffering as much as some of the other states are from the oppression. Congressman Babin, we now have, you know, with this whole Texas opening, you've got this COVID relief, which had nothing to do with COVID relief bill, finally being passed through Congress, unfortunately. It seems to me all this does is reward bad management of many of these liberal states. What's your reaction to its passing, and what's the warning to Congress going forward?
Well, my warning would be that these Democrat policies are going to bring us to economic ruin. With this kind of an expenditure, we could get into wholesale inflation very rapidly. There are bailouts in this thing that are just over the top for Democrat and blue states, and it rewarded mismanagement, as you said, Grant. Less than 10%, I think 9% of this COVID relief bill goes to COVID relief. The other 91% are all kinds of egregious, over-the-top, progressive, Democrat, liberal policies that just shower money out of a helicopter. Let me back up just a little bit, Grant, because one thing, when opening back up here, I think you can lay that at the feet of the Trump administration, because this Biden administration has been just criticizing them right and left. Thank goodness for the Trump administration, Operation Warp Speed, and as Jody said, we have three vaccines on the market now. We've already vaccinated probably between 6 and 7 million in Texas today, and this is where this money should be going, to get vaccines out, not bailing out California, Illinois, New York, and rewarding bad behavior, bad management.
Well, it is so true. Look, I think $6 billion going to New York, and the city's getting bailed out. You got $650 million going to San Francisco. Bad news all the way around. Gentlemen, I appreciate you both coming on today. Congressman Brian Babin, Jody Hice, always great to see you both. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.